traveling to the interiors of Papua New Guinea until last week. We are now going to travel to incredible India. I'm going to meet my school friend and I'm going to introduce her to all of you. I'm meeting her after 20 years, so you can imagine how excited I am. She is an incredibly talented lady. She is an artist, a teacher, and I think I can go on and on and on about her. But the most important role she plays is she's a devoted army wife. You can imagine how prestigious that position is and much valued and respected as well. So I'm going to take you and let's go and meet Vinsula.
So, hi, Vincy. Welcome to my candid view on Lux Lounge. And I'm so glad to see you after so many years.
Truly, 2 decades, more than 2 decades later, and it's a privilege.
Oh,
I'm truly honored to be one of your guests, Lakshmi.
thank you. Thank you so much. But let my friends who are watching us know that you're actually my school friend. And I
Yes.
have seen you since such a long time. We're actually talking after 20 years, and we can still talk like how we used to probably chat in school.
Actually, I should tell your viewers, Lakshmi was one of those brightest stars of our school.
Oh.
We used to look forward to seeing her in the morning. She used to be the strict Blue House prefect, I think.
Oh my God.
And we used to love emulating her beautiful handwriting. And we always wanted to know the secret of her thick waist, long hair. So Lakshmi is something we always wanted to emulate. It's, I'm feeling as if I'm on cloud nine right now, being interviewed for something, and making me feel so special. And just normal 40 wife and a normal mother.
Me after school, what happened? What did you do? And how has it been for you until now?
After school, the same old. Did higher studies, did my PG in public administration, then got into an MNC, was working in the UAE as a consultant there, and then love happened. Love happened, and my then boyfriend, now husband, joined the forces. And then to cut the long story short, I left the corporate, got into teaching, did a lot of other things in between, did baking, but mostly I've been in teaching and artistic fields. So now I can be called part an academician. My last position, of work was as the principal of a pre-primary school, and I'm also a proud army wife.
So, three cheers to you because you are in one of the most prestigious positions, I would say.
He is the force behind everything. It's his uniform which makes us go through strength to strength. When I got married, I thought it would be a life of royalty, a life of parties and all that. But the moment I got married and we went to the first station, it was in the Northeast, a strife-toned place. I realized it's not going to be a bed of roses. There is a lot that army teaches you, but most of all, it teaches you how to be patient, how to be humble, and how to persevere what is there, and how to cherish every little moment that there is.
And I think that is what 2020 ultimately is teaching all of us normal human beings as well. So I want to know that as an academician, it must have been really challenging in the last few months. And it is, I think, because you're still doing online school, right?
Right. But now I've taken a break because my children needed me during the COVID. It was difficult, and we've just shifted to a new place. We were at a strife-tone place just 5 months before this, and now we've come to an urban place. So my children needed to adjust. The first thing when we came here, we were staying in tents there. So we said modified. It was modified structures which looked like tents but were very secure inside. So when we shifted here, the first thing I remember my daughter saying, "Mama, there's a roof. The house actually has a roof."
So cute.
So now I've taken a break, and now I'm trying to pursue my PhD in education.
Okay, so good luck to you for that.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful that your kids are now adapting to a new place. And hope they.
That's what they learn adaptation. They come to any place and they can adapt. Like my child has been, though 10 years of age, he's been in 8 schools. So they are
Okay.
used to traveling. What the civilian friends of mine see are the perks that we get. There
Exactly.
are perks, yes, but there is strife. There are times, though I've been married for 14 years, I have been with him only for 6 years. Rest of the time, either he was in terrorist prone places or strife prone places or in places where there was no connectivity. So just a 5-minute phone call would make our days. So that's how
Uh,
life was.
I
Whether
can give you a PhD in patience then. Because
but army life is just like any other job. It's just that they can't work from home, obviously,
I know.
and it is just that their responsibilities are first towards their job, second towards their family.
Family. And I cannot even express in words how much we value the sacrifices you guys make, because it's unimaginable for people, normal
Uh,
people like us.
Thank
But
you so much.
yeah,
We are called
no,
the
no,
silent ranks for a reason, Lakshmi. I mean, the a silent rank is we don't let the husband know what is happening behind. We take
correct.
care of everything, not only the family. As an officer's wife, we are entitled to take care of the soldiers, the Jawans. They also, their wives are also left behind because the soldiers go up
Correct.
ahead. So we have to take care of their welfare also. So
Okay.
initially, when I came, I was abroad, and then when I came back to India, I was this Western clothes loving, and you know, I had the etiquettes. Everything was be
Correct.
presentable and polished in front of our teachers have taught that. But then army polished it for me. So when I came into the family, I they taught me. We were given a book. It is called Wedded to the Olive Green, and they teach you etiquettes of how to be. Like
Okay.
when I first entered a room filled with maybe senior officers who are nearly 20, 30 years older than me, they all stood up just because I'm a lady. That
Okay.
kind of respect you don't
Respect.
get anywhere else. Yes,
Yes.
the
True.
respect and the humility that they show in spite of being at such big positions is
True.
what you learn. How humility is something that you really learn from the forces.
So your whole experience has been that you have a much bigger family to look
Yes,
back
the
on. I,
bonding is very, very strong.
oh, that's so amazing. How do you, keep your kids occupied in this last few months, which has been such a challenge for all of us? Have,
Now, thankfully, we've been in an urban place, so that is why there is online classes are there. But before this, we were in places where there was no internet. So my kids have picked up hobbies such as horse riding. They know archery.
oh,
My
wow.
tiny also treks. She has trekked to the highest Gurudwara in the world. It's called the Hemkund Sahib. So at age 4, she has trekked there. So they learn to be more physically stronger, and that helps them to be mentally strong.
Correct.
So screen time is minimal, thankfully minimal, keeping it simple as it can be.
Let's go back to our school days, okay? I want you to tell me any one incident which is like a silly incident or an embarrassing incident which you remember from school and you can never forget.
It was this Holi celebration, and us being a convent, Holi was not allowed.
Yeah.
And we have a friend amongst us. So she had challenged me to put a water balloon. That was the last day of school. Holi, usually the day prior to Holi would be our final exams, and it
Finally.
would be the
Yeah.
last day of our school. So she had challenged me to put a water balloon on the then principal. Uh,
Oh,
and me being this timid looking and you know uh, tiny little girl, nobody thought I would do something like that. I took up the challenge, went and filled water in the water balloon, quietly walked behind the principal and just smashed it. I reached her waist, I think, that time.
oh
I
my
just smashed it at her waist and just walked away and then said sorry and then ran away.
wondering what happened on the first day of school then after that.
It was all well forgiven, I guess. Forgotten and forgiven,
Good. All is
thankfully.
well that ends well, so that's good. So tell me
Yes.
some of your skills that you have developed over the period of all these years.
Think being married into the forces, I get bored of a place in 2 years. So I know of every little tiny place that we have been posted to. I know the best part that there is. So
I
that
know.
has made me an avid traveler. So in terms of qualities, A to Z of life has been learned.
So since
Right.
you have traveled so much, tell me one of the most spectacular locations which you would recommend.
The most unexplored part of our country is our two places basically. One is Uttarakhand. It is truly beautiful. In that part of the world, Oli is a ski capital of India. It is of Asia actually. People from all over Asia come there to practice skiing, and
Oh,
it is, yeah, it is, and it's really beautiful. You can
okay.
see the Himalayas from there. That is one place which is snow capped and really beautiful. Each time of that place is beautiful, and it's very close to Valley of Flowers and the Holy Badrinath. So it is an all-in-all one vacation that you can take. Other place which is completely unexplored and Indians don't go to that side is the northeast, Manipur. Uh, Once you reach there, you explore a different kind of India. You will not get in India anywhere else. So from there
Okay.
to the Buddhist influence that is there in Manipur, it's really beautiful. Beautiful. So two places I would recommend is Manipur and Uttarakhand, that to Oli and Valley
Yeah.
of.
So we are just waiting.
COVID has really made the traveler in me cringe, you can say. I really want everything, a vaccine to just come out.
I
So
know that you guys have these beautiful lunch parties,
most
dishes.
of the times the cooking happens as a young wife. The cooking happens when we've all gone to sleep at 12 o'clock, and then there are these young officers who come knocking on your door at 12:30, and we have to cook for them whatever they say.
Okay.
So, so that's how I had to learn cooking.
What
Before
is what is
marriage,
the
I didn't even know
specialty?
how to boil an egg, maybe.
And what's your specialty in cooking? What is your specialty dish which everyone asks you for?
Uh, I make a seven-layered pudding. It has everything imaginable in it, and it is quite famous
Oh,
among
interesting. Is
women.
it? You've tried all the dishes, and you must have been, as you said, you've been cooking like for officers and everything. Is there any time where you goofed up in the kitchen and they
Oh,
had to
so
eat it?
many times. There was this time they came at 8 o'clock in the evening. Ma'am, dinner chahiye. So I said okay, and then I started cooking, and I'm a person who likes taking care of my skin also. So there are many things in my fridge which are there for skincare also. One of them being neem ka patta, the neem leaves. So I remember I cooked a very elaborate, I think, pasta, and I had to put the greens in it. So I remember I had put the neem leaves in it, and those poor guys quietly had that. I mean, that is the thing of army, you can't tell anything to the Fauji wives.
Correct.
So
So they
this
must
is how it was. The poor guys had neem flavored pasta that
pasta.
evening.
Okay.
Yeah, then the thrashing in terms of words that I got from my husband, that how could you do this to my juniors? So that was
But then you
something.
didn't do it intentionally. It's just that your skincare products are in the
Yeah.
same fridge.
Yeah, it's after all one house, yeah. So
I know, seriously. So tell me one thing, is there any experience, which you would want to change it and live that part of it differently?
there is not a single thing I would change in my so-called nomad life. There's nothing I would.
Of it. So that's amazing. So
Yes, yes.
tell if somebody had to read your mind, okay, if they was just walking by and they could read your mind, what is the constant thing that goes on in your mind?
Oh, this it's a naughty head filled with a lot of things, but
Is
now
it?
the DIYs I need to do to make a house into a home, maybe as whenever I shift into a new place, the DIYs that I'll be doing. So that is what might be going on.
Why? Something which you have done for your home. Can you show us? Yeah.
There was a food basket which I have made into an entrance decor. So
Oh,
that I.
Wow.
Yeah, most of my house. Then there is a postcard, those olden days postcards, in which I've painted and framed it. So that is the paintings on my walls or something like that.
Lovely. Send us pictures so our friends can see that, you know. Yeah. And so now we're going to just go to the last section before I let you go. But I'm going to ask you 3 questions and you have to answer quickly.
Okay.
It's going to be a rapid fire, okay?
Okay. What's that?
Which is,
Yes.
so which is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done for your loved ones, like for your family or your extended family?
Uh, when he was my boyfriend and we were still dating, I was staying in another city. I just decided I have to go and surprise him for his birthday. So I just took my parents' permission and traveled ticketless all the way till Bihar to meet him.
Wow.
So
That is a little
one
than very
thing I
spontaneous.
did just to go and wish him. Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. That's really cute. That's and what is one of the most silly or ridiculous things somebody has made you believe, and you actually believed it and you're gullible?
Oh, there's so many things. Like I told you initially, I was working in UAE, so I wanted him to come and meet me whenever he was contactable. So he used to tell me, "No, I can't come. The entire Interpol and RAW would be behind me if I come and meet you." So that is something I would believe.
You were spontaneous and innocent, and I know that you're very polished, very diplomatic. So now I'm going to ask you something, so that this is the last one.
Right.
Give me one statement which would be sounding like a compliment, but it's actually not.
Uh, there are sometimes you meet ladies who dress up in a manner that maybe it's not approved or appropriate. So you just look at them, you smile and say, "What a dress," you know?
Okay, that was wonderful. Thank you for teaching us. So next.
Among the ladies who inspires me, there was this one lady who is much younger than me, but she suffers from arteriosclerosis and is paralyzed waist down. But her zeal and zest for life is something that I really wish to emulate. She is now a proud martyr's wife, but still, the way she looks at the positives of life, something I wish to emulate.
But you are very special, and you and your whole family, like your whole extended family and everyone, do a great job, which we really, really appreciate, and we are so thankful for that. So
Thank
they are the most treasured part of our country, and we just love them and respect them so much.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you.
And thank you so much for actually giving your time. It was so wonderful to catch up with you, and we should catch up more often.
Certainly. Yeah. Thank you
So
so
did you
much.
guys find that conversation very interesting? I did. If you loved it, just drop a like and stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching and for all your love.